And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, 2017. It is a federal holiday out there, 2017. And anything goes. It's 2017. Anything goes here. Anything. Give them, if they just joined, just briefly, give them the danger warning. Want to give them that. Give them that. Danger. Okay. Okay, folks, just really, when we left, I just want to read this, and then we're going to get into John Kerry. Now, a lot of people think John Kerry's comments, and we're going to end the show today talking about 2016 and some things on 2017, but you never know. Anything goes here. But John Kerry's comments, when we get to those, they're not as, it's not that he misspoke. I want to say that because I, for one, feel the guy's a buffoon. I think many people in the administration are buffoons. We're going to get to the Russian hacking, I promise, because I'm not as concerned about the Russian hacking, but we're going to get there. You stay tuned. Let me just say this before I get to, I want to talk about John Kerry and Israel briefly before we get to the Russian hack. Artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is intelligence exhibited by machines, okay? In computer science, an ideal intelligent machine is a flexible, rational agent that perceives its environment. See, it perceives its environment and takes actions that maximize its chances of success at some goal. There you go. There you go. You looking for the damn truth, you found it. It's right here. You're watching FYN TV. We're going to do everything we can to bring the truth. That's it. A goal. Stay focused, people. A goal. All right? Period. Oh, in an environment. Everything you do this year, they will use. The goal is artificial intelligence to let you believe lead you to believe what is true and fake. You better take that serious. All right, now let's get to John Kerry, the buffoon, that I understand everybody thinks, or not everybody, but some people may think that his statements that he made about Israel are just out there in left field, and they are actually. They are in left field to the left. But this guy's your Secretary of State, John Kerry, okay? And here's the statement. It's 1:13 long. Here's the statement he made, okay? This is a big deal. Play that, Cole. Play that for them right now. Hang tight. Listen to this video clip.
The truth is that trends on the ground, violence, terrorism, incitement, settlement expansion, and the seemingly endless occupation, they are combining to destroy hopes for peace on both sides and increasingly cementing an irreversible one-state reality that most people do not actually want. Today, there are a similar number of Jews and Palestinians living between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea. They have a choice. They can choose to live together in one state, or they can separate into two states. But here is a fundamental reality. If the choice is one state, Israel can either be Jewish or democratic. It cannot be both. And it won't ever really be at peace. Moreover, the Palestinians will never fully realize their vast potential in a homeland of their own with a one-state solution.
We back? Yep. Okay, folks, let me just say, okay? There's so many things in there we want to watch for. But let me just say this. Listen to what he says as one state solution, occupied territory, settlement. Now, we're not going to do an entire history on this whole mess that our diplomats continue to make over it, Benjamin Netanyahu and the Jewish people, but occupied. Remember when we were in Iraq, we occupied, remember occupied territory? You have to pay attention in the direction they want to lead your brain to go in occupied. So Kerry's telling you about the occupied area. What is the occupied area and the unauthorized expansion of settlements in an occupied area? I want to ask everybody today listening to this show to do a brief history on the 6-Day War. It's called the 6-Day War, okay? The 6-Day War, all right. Settlements established by Israel in territories captured in 1967 war have become a matter of great controversy among pro and anti-settlement advocates who debate the legality of such communities. Okay? Israel captured this area in 1967 in the 6-Day War. The UN, the liberals, they've gone berserk over this. Opponents of the settlement policy claim that it a Jewish land grab, a form of expanding Israel's territory by colonizing Arab land. Okay? Now, that is where these settlements are. Proponents argue that both legally and morally, Jews have every right to purchase property and live on land that was historically inhabited by Jews and is not legally Arab. This land has historical significance that the Jews lived on this land to the Jews, not the Arabs. But, hey, 1967, proponents of the settlement believe the obstacle to peace is the continued rejection by Palestinian leaders of Israel's right to exist. So we have a 6-day war, which they call a land grab, where these settlements are being built that historically is Jewish land, where Jews lived historically. Not going to go into the whole thing today, but not only will the Palestinians not negotiate anything in this settlement area, they don't want a Jewish state to exist, period. Okay? Believe the obstacles to peace is continued reaction by the Palestinian leaders to Israel's right to exist. They, as well as many others, believe that Israel's pre-1967 borders were indefensible. The settlements are believed to create a secure buffer zone between Israel's state and those who want to destroy it. So, people want to destroy Israel. 1967, historical land for the Jews. They take it. They consider it a buffer zone between them and the people, lob those bombs, them and the people that want to destroy them. You have to understand, the Palestinians, the Arabs, do not even agree on the original borders. Okay? They don't even like the Israel's pre-1967 borders. They think that's indefensible to have a Jewish state, period. So, that's when occupied. That's when you got to be careful, because Kerry's yelling occupy. Now, what is the second thing that John Kerry continues to talk about here? They either have, that is very relevant with you today here. They either a Jewish or democratic state. They cannot be both. Wow. What? Now, I have heard so many people discussing, just how dumb that comment was. To the group, I call them the group, that was not a dumb comment at all. United Nations has no interest whatsoever in you having a sovereign country, or a culture within your country. Okay? They want us to be milquetoast from one edge to the other edge of their flat earth map. Period. So when John Kerry says they either have to be a Jewish state, see, you better pay attention, because they have worked this. You see, Netanyahu's not going down without a fight. He's going to defend their culture, defend their heritage, defend who they are. We in America were sold the melting pot. We were the great melting pot. We were sold that. Well, okay, as kids, we were told we were the great melting pot of the world. But as things melted in this country, we melted away the reasons we originally founded our Constitution, okay? Founded the Bill of Rights, everything. We melted that away, and we allowed them to convince us, this is United Nations stuff, world order stuff. We allowed these people to infiltrate our country and convince us that we should not be saying we're a Christian nation. We shouldn't do that now. Now, we either have to be open to all and welcoming. We have misrepresented the Statue of Liberty. You know, give me your tired, give me your poor, give me your illegal, give me your drug addicts, give me any damn thing you can. We'll take it. We have misrepresented that so bad in this country to dilute who we are. And you see, the Jews in Israel are not telling the Palestinians that they can't live there. They're not telling you can't move in. They're just telling you that their culture, their history, they're Jewish. That's all they're saying. We're a Jewish state. We're going to adhere to the laws of the Old Testament. I don't want to get too deep into all this. But John Kerry let them know that they have a decision to make. They need to get rid of this whole Jew thing. If they could just get past being Jews, if they could just get past calling themselves a Jewish state and realize they have a choice to be a Jewish state or a democracy, a democratic state. But they can't be both. Listen to that very close. They can't be both. Because guess what? They have sold that to Europe. They have sold that to the United States of America. They have sold that to so many places. They just can't sell it in Israel. Can't do it. Now, I can't go too deep into that, but I'm going to tell you right now, you better pay attention, okay? Better pay attention, all right? I have one more on that I want to do before I go to a break and come back. Let's see, what do I got here? Okay. Let me get just one more brief thing on Jerusalem. Jews and Muslims' claims to the holy city. Jerusalem is at the center of the Arab-Israeli conflict. What are the spiritual, historical, and political claims from both sides? The Jews of Israel are currently locked into a conflict with their Palestinian Arab neighbors, while the media bombards us with constant reports of violence in the West Bank and Gaza Strip. There's no doubt the epicenter of the conflict lies in Jerusalem. You understand, this all comes down. This is the center where this whole conflict comes down, in Jerusalem, and more specific on the Temple Mount in the Old City. Yasser Arafat, that son of a, oh my God, that lowlife that we let in this country, that we protected. We can't protect Donald Trump. New York City, shut the hell up about how much it costs to protect Donald Trump. You keep bringing these fake, lowlife, so-called diplomats into New York City. I have been there, traffic jams, and you have to protect them. All right, I don't want to hear. Yasser Arafat constantly repeats that there can be no peace without Jerusalem as the capital of Palestine and total Muslim sovereignty over the Temple Mount. Indeed, the last Camp David summit, this goes back, this article goes way back, this is in the Wayback Machine. All right, I forget the date on this, all right. What historical or religious claim both sides make is either party claims Jerusalem stronger, and it is merely a case that might make rights. To understand the Jewish connection to Jerusalem, we must begin with the Jewish Bible from the Jewish perspective. The Temple Mount, known as the Temple Mount, this area is located beneath the platform on which the Muslim shrine, Dome of the Rock, now stands. Can't get too deep into that. Jerusalem, the Palestinians do not want them to exist. John Kerry told you they have to be. I'm breaking it down. We're not fake here. They have to be a Jewish state, remember, or a democratic state. They can't be both. So let go of the temple. It is Jewish. You want to rebuild the temple. You want the city. You want, I think, what is it? Herod's temple was destroyed. The temple, the Dome of the Rock is built. The Muslims have built their temple there. All the above. Give up the thought, John Kerry says. Your Jewish state thing, because give it up. And occupied territories. Folks, Donald Trump sources say that Benjamin Netanyahu may be present at the inauguration, and Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law, we will see immediately on January 20th what happens with the United Nations. I'm your host, BKP. We'll come back. I want to talk about the Russian hacking. When we come back. We'll go that direction. Okay? So John Kerry's a buffoon. We know that. But they're serious at the UN. No Jewish state. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Don't forget, text me 706-889-9700 or email me chief@fetchernews.com. Good to be back this morning. Take us a break. There, Cole.